little bit of tactic they know about to do something about McNulty, because he can't sit on the front like this all the way to the finishing line and win this race.
Surely he can't. You know, the work that he's done up to this point, getting himself in the moves, you know, he really has animated this race. But just inside the last 10 kilometres, surely he can't ride tempo and hold everybody else off. That's going to be a big ask. And that looks like Johansson going again. Julius Johansson in the yellow shoes from Denmark.
Yeah, a great performance here by the Danes. And Ekholm swung off, went to the other side of the road, and now they're going to attack in twos.
He needs to wait for his teammate. Two of them going together. If he just looks over his shoulder now here, Johansson, he'll see that there's one rider chasing him, and it's his own teammate.
This is absolutely
perfect.
Oh
my word, are they going to get one too? I've cursed the commentator already. 9.4 kilometres to go, but this is a good move. This is absolutely incredible. They've missed it. They waited for the American rider, the strongest rider, I feel, in this group. Strongest certainly in terms of his time trialling ability. Wait until he used a lot of energy and then hit him. Go, 1-2, two riders together. Oh, this is a big move.
This is spectacular by the Danes. Now they will fully commit. They won't hold back at all. And Brendan McNulty is now on the front of the peloton. They've opened up a gap of 10 seconds. 8.9 kilometres now remain in this World Championship. This is a great move by Denmark. Look at them go. Their aim in these championships is to get 2 medals. They've already got 1. Can they now take a 1-2 here? Look at Johansson, who's absolutely burying himself to try and open up the gap. Now Jakob Ekholm will go to the front. They have outmaneuvered all the riders as they go through now that roundabout, and they are setting themselves up for a final 8 kilometres of pain. But if they can fully commit, they could go 1-2 in this World Championship. Now there's a little bit of panic. 2 riders trying to go clear. McNulty hasn't got the legs for the first time ever. The French rider who is going here is Brunel. He's trying to go, and he is being joined here by Primozic, who looks to not have the ability to go either. So suddenly Denmark have dealt the body blow to everyone. Look at the performance of these 2 Danish riders. They're going to urge each other on. They're going to talk to each other. They're going to say, come on, they're going to go for gold and silver in this World Championship. It's 1 minute 11 to the peloton. It's about 15 seconds now to the chasing group, and suddenly there is no one able to go apart from the French rider, and when he gets there, he's got 2 Danes who can outmaneuver him anyway for the gold medal.
Yeah, meanwhile, number 8, Andreas Kron, is the other rider from Denmark. Well, he doesn't have to do anything. Well, Johansson, that's it. He's absolutely spent, and it's all about this man now. Johansson, 4th from the time trial. He used that time trialing ability to get his teammate to come with him, Jakob Ekholm. He committed. He's absolutely buried himself, and that's it. He's given everything. His race is over now, and it's all up to this one man, Jakob Ekholm, to try and stay clear. This is going to be a big ask for him, but he's given himself the best opportunity possible of doing that by using his teammate. But this is going to be a long, lonely 7.3 kilometres now, and here we can see number 17 just looks over his shoulder. Alexis Brunel, 12th in the time trial last year, and so we know he's got time trialling ability, but meanwhile, well, it's all hell has broken loose within that group.
What a ride by that young Danish rider to bury himself, but what a ride by the rider who's gone clear now, Jakob Ekholm. But the French rider's looking really good. 2nd in the classification of the Trophy Centre Morbihan, the young rider who's now in the lead. He's won a lot of races, and we know he could go all the way to the finish. What's going to happen here, Rob? Because the Frenchman now catches the Danish rider.
Yep, Johansson, well, he took a drink, and now he's going to sit on the wheel. If he can, I'm sure he will be able to, because he's had that little time to recover. He'll get on the French rider, and that's it. He'll just sit there and he'll wait. So what we've got now is, if the French rider does get himself up, Brunel, if he does get himself up to Ekholm, he's going to have 2 Danes with him, and well,
game over.
It's going to be very difficult then. But this rider here is having to commit everything. Jakob Ekholm from Denmark. He goes through the feed. Will he bother to take a bottle? I wouldn't have thought so.
No, it's all about commitment now. He's just got to give this everything he can to win this world title. We thought there would be a bunch sprint in this race, but it's been non-stop action for all good and bad reasons. There's been crashes galore. There's been punctures. There's been all sorts of action. The French rider Brunel was the European time trial champion. He's super fast. Joining up here with Julius Johansson, fourth in the time trial here at the World Championships, who set his teammate up, but he ain't going to do an awful lot of work here. He's just going to do enough to maintain the advantage for the second and third place. The young rider who goes clear, 18 years of age, from Denmark, a stage winner in the Trophy Centre Morbihan. He was also the leader of that race in 2016, and we know that's a very, very tough bike race. He was the winner of the points classification. It was the second Nations Cup of the year, and he was second in the general classification. Look at that, the mouth is just sucking in the oxygen. He needs everyone to just sit up in that chasing group. He's got 5 kilometers of the hardest effort of his life left at the end of what has been a really tough bike race, and Johansson is doing a great team effort here because he's not really chasing, he's just tapping through.
Just doing enough to keep himself out front. He's doing a good job, but if they start to look like they're going to come up and catch this rider here, then Johansson for sure will sit back and he'll wait a little bit, and then if it does come together, no doubt he'll go straight over the top, and then it will be all up to the French rider again to have to chase, because then it will be up to Egholm to sit on the wheel of the French rider. So this is a good move at the moment, and here you can see the fighting further back. The Slovenian riders have been doing an awful lot of work to try and bring this back, because they've got 3 riders further back in that group. So it's up to them. They have more riders than anybody else. Oh, it's a big fight, this. This isn't over just yet. Out of the saddle, just trying to get everything out. Saddle looks a little bit low to me. Whether it's slipped or whether that's just his position, I don't know. But it just doesn't look comfortable at all. Certainly trying to sustain as much effort as he can as Johansson tucked down. And then we've got riders trying to jump across now from this breakaway. There's no way they're going to get brought back by anyone from the peloton. That's game over now. It's just about this group here as the French rider Brunel tries to give it everything. They're trying to stay clear of that group behind.
The gap is coming down. It's 15 seconds to the 2 chasers. This young rider, Jakob Egholm, trying here to win this race. He is totally on his own. He looks very, very tired now. Those shoulders are rocking. This is really tough. What an effort he's put in to try and win this race. 4 kilometers to go. Look at the mouth. He's just absolutely on his limit right now. Has he got enough in these legs left? He's really low on the bike, isn't he, the way he rides? He looks so hard right now. The rider behind who set him up was Julius Johansson, who is still there, and he's hoping to hold on, but the French rider is working well with him. The Australian rider Harry Sweeney is doing the work. They're going to come up here and do the loop, and then we had a look across and see the rider from Denmark, who is still on his own. The Frenchman is still there, and he looks pretty strong to me. Going down the other side of the road, it's only about 13 seconds now, Rob. This is so close. 12 seconds. The Frenchman doing a load of damage. Can this Danish rider hold on?
Well, this is going to be very difficult. It really is in the balance, Anthony. I just don't know. I'm certainly not putting any money on this one just yet, because definitely Jakob Egholm looks to be suffering. It's not surprising either, but has he got anything left? But these riders here further back, if they want to bring it back, they just can't wait. You know, they're relying pretty much on the American rider McNulty. He's certainly trying to do his best. You've got nothing to lose from that group either, because as it stands at the moment, they are out of the medals. It's no good sitting in and waiting for the finish. If you've got 3 riders ahead of you, they are only just ahead. Just a couple of seconds being brought down now from Egholm. Oh, he is hurting. He really is. He's got to empty himself. There's the peloton on the right-hand side of the screen. All they can do is watch and think, well, what could have been?
Yep,
but
exactly.
This race really did flip, didn't it? It only took a few kilometres for it to to really turn on its head.
Johansson is really strong today. Look at him. The peloton, the chasing group of riders still can't close the gap. He set up Jakob Ekholm to try and win the race. The Frenchman is still with him, Alexis Brunel. He now attacks Johansson on the other side of the road. Johansson trying to go with him. The Frenchman senses the gold medal is going away. 11 seconds, but we can't see the front. We can't see whether the young rider Ekholm is just in front of these riders. Johansson desperately trying to stay in the wheels. He's got to do everything he can to stay there. The Frenchman looks to me like the strongest rider in this race right now. He looks around. He can see the rest of the riders. He's going for this silver medal at the moment. Johansson is still there. But remember, the other Dutch rider, Andreas Kron, has got a remote control. He's just sitting there. He doesn't have to do a thing. He doesn't have to get involved in the chase. Not far to go now for the leader. Are we inside the final 2 kilometres, Rob? I think we are. This is going to be so close. Remember, it's all slightly uphill drag to the finishing line. Is this young rider going to take it? 2 kilometres to go, and the leading group of riders that were intact are coming back. Now he turns left. He's starting to look a little bit better, but this is a long bend. The chasing group will be able to see him for ages. He's got to try and hide a little bit. This is the worst little bit of this road, because he knows that they will be able to see him all the way round this beach area, and the wind will be coming off the beach and it will be causing him problems. 14 seconds now. He's still got the lead intact.
Finally, Johansson and Brunel, the French and Danish rider, being caught, and it was the Swiss riders on the front. There are 2 within that group. 4th place from last year from Richmond, Reto Müller. Was it Mark Hershey, his teammate, who was doing the chasing on the front? And this is the thing, if you can keep teammates with you as long as possible into the race, then that's all the better.
1 kilometre to go for Jakob Ekholm. Come on, Jakob. What a performance by this young rider. What a performance by the Danes. He goes to the right-hand side of the road. The riders are coming round the corner. Don't look back. Do not look back now. Just keep going. Jakob Ekholm picking it up now. It's all an uphill drag to the finishing line. This is going to be the hardest 750 metres of his life. Can he win the world title? He's still got the advantage. They are trying to pick him up now. He goes round this long right-hand bend. Then he will go to the left-hand side of the road. Is he going to take it? What a setup by the Danish riders to try and take this world title. His mouth's wide open. The legs are absolutely burning. The lungs will be searing. Don't look round. Just keep going now. He's got just 150 metres to go to take the world title. Jakob Ekholm of Denmark is going to hold on now. Surely the legs won't give up. He shakes his head. He's almost crying now as he hits the line. He's the world champion. What a stunning last few kilometres of this race. He is the world champion. Behind it looks like the German rider who's going to be in second place with that performance. The German rider hits the line. Nicholas Markel is in second place, but you have to really look at the Danes. What a ride. Reto Müller in third place. They did it. They set it up. They made it all happen. What a performance.
Absolutely incredible, wasn't it? Denmark, that numerical advantage, put 3 riders in the front group, and that was it. It was, well, they played it absolutely perfectly. It was looking, with around about 4 or 5 kilometres to go, it was in the balance. Could Jakob Ekholm stay clear? He certainly did. He was able to do that. He just held on. Nicholas Markel, the German rider it was, who took the silver medal there behind the Danish rider, and then it was the Swiss rider, 4th last year, 1 step better, bronze for Reto Müller from...
Didn't believe he was one of the best in the world, but here we go. He's the World Road Race champion of juniors. Nicholas Markel 2nd, Reto Müller 3rd. It was Mazzato of Italy in 4th, Horvat and German of Slovenia who were up there 5th, 6th, Schelling, Primozic, Ulebo and Harry Sweeney in 10th place for Australia. This is the rundown of the top 20. Brandon McNulty, you have to mention him. What a ride by him today. He was 16th after all that work. He did a huge amount of chasing and attacking. And here's the top 30 riders. But when you reflect on that, you said about an hour ago, it's not sometimes the most powerful rider, it's how you use what you have to win a bike race. And he didn't believe he was one of the best in the world, but now he's going to be in the rainbow jersey shortly, and he will be the best in the world.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that visually the two strongest riders was Ekholm's actual teammate, Johansson, the amount of work that he did, and I think McNulty, the American rider, certainly the strongest riders. But this isn't a measured effort. This isn't a time trial. It's how you use that. McNulty from America, I think he did the best of what he had. He was isolated. He was on his own. He was trying to get himself clear. It looked